Good morning, everybody. My name is Mark Sunman. Today we're going to start sitting at the back of the mat. Sitting on the heels is a nice, easy way to sit up nice and tall. If you'd prefer to sit cross-legged or some other way, feel free to do that. Roll the shoulders one time, setting them down the back, brought across the chest, the heart is lifted. Push the sitting bones down. Imagine the crown of the head reaching up toward the sky. Pull the belly button in slightly to support your low back, helping you sit up nice and tall. Close the eyes and just take about a minute to watch the breath go in and out of the nose. Start to lengthen your inhales and exhales. And now engage your Ujjayi breathing by constricting the throat just a little bit, making that whisper sound in the throat to slow the breath down. Inhale for about 5 seconds and exhale for about 5 seconds. As you inhale, breathe into the heart first, fill the lungs top to bottom. Exhale from the belly, empty the lungs bottom to top. This style of breathing helps keep us relaxed and it makes us strong at the same time. Listening to this breath throughout the practice will keep you present and keep you content. Keeping your butt on your heels, bring your heart forward and down, reach your hands forward, and bring your forehead to the mat. Child's pose. Pull the heart forward. Breathe into the back heart center. Remember to come to child's pose anytime you like during this practice. If you ever lose control of the breath, just pause the video, come to child's pose, and come back to the video when you're ready. On your next inhale, bring yourself up to a tabletop pose, hands and knees. Wrists are directly under the shoulders, fingers spread wide, knees are directly under the hips. On your inhale, arch the spine, tailbone up, shoulders up and back, look forward. Exhale, round the spine, head and tailbone low, belly and chest up. Inhale, arch, belly low, pull the heart forward, shoulder blades approaching each other. Exhale, round the spine, lengthening the spine on the back body. Inhale, arch the spine. Exhale, round the spine. 2 more rounds on your own breath. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, come back to a neutral tabletop pose. Start moving the hips around in circles, small circles to begin, then start to make the circles bigger and bigger. Starting to loosen up the hips a little bit here. Switch directions with your circles. Start to make the circles smaller and come back to a neutral tabletop position. Pull the belly button up toward the spine to engage the core. On your next inhale, float the right hand and left foot up. Push the left heel back, flex the toes back toward you. The right hand is thumb up, pinky down. Keep breathing nice and slow. Use your inhales to lengthen from the fingertips to the heel. Keep the core engaged. On your next exhale, take the hand and knee back down. Inhale, left hand, right foot. Push the heel away. Flex the toes back toward you. Left hand is thumb up, pinky down. Use your inhales to lengthen, heel to fingertips. On your next exhale, bring the hand and knee back to the floor. Inhale, step the right foot forward between the hands. Maybe draw that left knee back a little bit, lengthening your stance. Tuck the back toes. Push the hips forward. On your next inhale, lift the hands, lift the heart, Anjaneyasana. Flex the left glute. The heart and fingertips are reaching high. The shoulders and tailbone are reaching toward your mat. Keep the core lightly engaged to support your low back. You can look forward or look up. Palms are facing each other. Push those hips forward and down. The right knee can be anywhere over the right foot. On your exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Inhale, right foot back. Exhale, left foot forward. Tuck the right toes. Push the hips forward. Inhale, lift the heart. Every time you inhale, the heart is reaching higher, lengthening the spine more and more. Flex the right glute to push the hips forward and down. This time, bring the pinkies toward each other. Push the palms back behind you, getting the shoulder blades even closer on the back. On your exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Inhale, left foot back, tabletop. Exhale, right foot forward. Tuck the left toes, power up that left knee and left thigh. High lunge. This time the right knee is directly over the right ankle. Straight line from the left ankle to the shoulders. Engage the core. On your inhale, float yourself up to crescent pose. Push that back knee and back thigh up to keep that back leg really straight. Arms are back by the ears. You have the option of looking up. You also have the option of bringing the hands together and looking up toward the thumbs. On your exhale, bring both hands down to the mat. Left hand stays down. Inhale, right hand back and up for a twist. Look up at the right thumb. Exhale, bring the right hand forward and down, back to your high lunge. Keep going just like that. Inhale, back and up, left rib cage toward the right thigh as you twist open. Exhale, bring the right hand forward and down, completing the circle. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, bring it forward and down. 2 more times. Inhale, up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, take the hand back and up, follow it with your eyes. Exhale, bring it forward and down. Bring the left knee to the floor. Inhale, right foot back. Exhale, left foot forward. Tuck the right toes. Push the right knee and right thigh up for a high lunge. Left knee is directly over the left ankle. Pull the heart forward. Engage the core. On your inhale, bring yourself up to your crescent pose. Fingers and heart reach high, shoulders and tailbone reach low. Power up that back knee and back thigh. Remember, you can look forward or look up, and you can also bring the hands together, looking up at the thumbs if you'd like. On your exhale, bring your hands back down to the floor. Right hand stays down. Inhale the left hand back and up for a twist. Look up at that left thumb. Exhale, follow your hand back down to the floor. Inhale, back and up. Twist open, right rib cage toward the left thigh. Exhale, we'll bring the hand forward and down. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Keep lifting that back knee and back thigh straight up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale the left foot back to meet the right. Plank pose. Straight line from the heels to the shoulders. If this is too much, just come down to the knees. Straight line from the knees to the shoulders. Either way, the fingers are spread wide. Wrists directly under the shoulders. Keep your elbows soft. Don't lock the elbows. Twist the biceps away from each other, pointing toward the front of the mat. Keep your hands right where they are. Point your elbows back behind you. On your next exhale, take the knees to the floor. The sitting bones stay up as you bring the chest to the floor and the chin to the floor. Gently push into the floor with your toes, your knees, your hands, and look forward. Ashtangasana, or 8-limb pose. On your next inhale, pull the heart through the hands, point the toes, float the hands. Push the tops of the feet into the floor. Baby locust pose. Lift the heart higher on every inhale. Now slide your hands forward so your elbows are directly under the shoulders. Sphinx pose. Push the elbows and hands into the floor, energetically pulling your arms and shoulders back to help pull the heart through. Imagine the tailbone reaching toward the heels as you pull the chest and belly forward. Keep pushing the tops of the feet into the floor. Slowly bring yourself down, place your hands next to your chest, tuck your toes, push your butt back to your heels. Spread your fingers wide, push your hands into the floor. Push your hands into the floor so much that your knees lift off of the floor, then your sitting bones lead the way straight up to your first downward facing dog. Pedal out the dog, bending one knee then the other, moving nice and slow, pushing the opposite heel toward the floor. Keep pushing your heart toward your thighs. Look to your toes or your thighs or up toward your navel. Let both heels melt toward the floor. Sitting bones are reaching up, heels melting down at the same time. Pushing firmly into the floor, strong arms, pushing the heart back toward the thighs, breathing slow and deep. On your next inhale, walk the feet forward to the top of the mat. Come to your flat back position. Hands on the legs just above or below the knees. Pull the shoulders back, pull the heart forward. Look about 2 or 3 feet forward on the floor in front of you. Tilt your sitting bones up, pull the heart forward. Make sure the back is totally flat here. If you need to come up a little higher to get the back flat, that's fine. You might be flexible enough to touch the floor and keep a flat back, but most of us will have to keep our hands on our legs. Breathe into the heart to lengthen. Exhale, belly button toward the spine, sitting bones up even higher. On your exhale, belly button to the spine, bring it down to a standing forward fold. Bend the knees enough so that the chest is touching your thighs. We want the rim of the rib cage just touching the thighs. in this first forward fold of our practice. Let the head hang, breathe into the heart to lengthen. Bend the knees a little more, look forward, inhale, bring yourself up to standing. Lift the hands, lift the heart, option to look up. Exhale, take the hands to the heart center as you grow tall. Crown of the head reaching toward the ceiling, tailbones reaching toward the floor. Bring the feet together at the front of the mat. Big toes touching, ankles about an inch apart. Lift the toes off of the floor, spread them wide, push the balls of the feet down into the floor evenly from the inner edge to the outer edge of the foot. Keep the feet pressing into the floor and let the toes come back down. The legs should be engaged, quads lightly engaged to lift the kneecaps. Make sure the knees are not locked. Engage the bandhas now. We engage the Mula Bandha by lifting the pelvic floor. Imagine that you are stopping the flow of urination. Engage the Uddiyana Bandha by lifting the belly button in and up slightly. Engaging the bandhas gives us a feeling of strength and lightness. It helps to support your lower back, and it makes a lot of these standing poses easier. On your next inhale, fill the lungs, lift the heart. Exhale, take it all the way down to a standing forward fold. Crown of the head low, sitting bones up. Inhale, flat back position, lengthen out. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, bring it up to standing. Lift the hands, lift the heart, look up. Exhale, take the hands to the heart center. Another half sun salutation. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, swan dive forwardly with the heart hinge from the hips. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back, lengthen out. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, bring yourself all the way up to standing. Lift the hands, lift the heart, look up. Exhale, take the hands to the heart center. Inhale, lift the hands. Interlace your fingers. Exhale, hands on the head, palms up, elbows out. Inhale, push the hands up, squeeze the ears to the head with the arms. Exhale, push the hands to the right, hips to the left, look up. Inhale, center. Exhale, push it to the left and look under the right arm. Inhale, center. Exhale, push it right, hips left, look up. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left, hips right, look up. Inhale, center. Exhale, swan dive to a standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back, lengthen out. Exhale, step it back to plank pose. Take an inhale here in plank. On your exhale, you can come down, knees, chest, chin like you did before, or keep the elbows in tight, lower down, chaturanga. Hover the body about 6 inches off the floor. If you have to land, that's fine, just softly land. Point your toes, inhale, pull the heart through, shoulders back, lifting up to cobra pose. You can keep the elbows slightly bent, or you can start to straighten the arms, but never lock the arms. Always keep that micro bend in the elbows. Pull your shoulders back as far as you can, lift the heart as high as you can. Belly and chest pulling forward, tailbone lengthening toward the heels. Tuck your toes. On your exhale, push yourself up and back, downward facing dog. Keep the kneecaps lifted and bandhas engaged. Hands are firmly pushing into the floor, fingers spread wide. Use your inhales to feel the sitting bones reach higher. Use your exhales to let the heels melt lower and the heart closer to the thighs. Look to your thighs or up to your navel. Maybe you can give that same spiraling action of the arms, keeping the hands where they are, turning the biceps away from each other. Imagine your inner thighs reaching back. On your next inhale, step the feet to the front of the mat, flat back position, feet together. Exhale, fold completely. Inhale, bring yourself all the way up, lift the hands, lift the heart. Exhale, take the hands to the heart center. Let's keep moving. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bring it all the way down, standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back, lengthen out. Exhale, slowly move quickly and get back and down in one exhale. Hover or softly land. Inhale, pull the heart through, point the toes. This time push the tops of the feet into the floor, lifting the knees off the floor for upward facing dog. Shoulders way back, pulling the heart forward. Tailbone approaching the heels, maybe looking up to help lift the heart. On your exhale, tuck the toes, send it to downward facing dog. You can stay here or take a child's pose, or inhale the right foot up, lifting from the inner edge of the right thigh. Push the heel back, flex the toes back toward you, and keep your hips level. Push your heart toward your left thigh, and let the left heel melt down toward the floor. On your exhale, take the right foot forward between the hand. Pull the left foot forward about 6 inches, heel to the floor. Inhale, bring yourself up to warrior one. Your left foot is pointed up at about a 45-degree angle. We're trying to keep the hips squared off to the front of the mat. Option to check your alignment, take the hands to the hips, pull that right hip back, push the left hip forward. Try to get the right hip and the left hip the same distance to the front edge of your mat. Strong, straight left leg. Push that left edge of the left foot into the floor. Right knee is directly over the right ankle. You can adjust your stance if necessary. On your inhale, lift the hands back up. You can look forward or look up, or bring the hands together looking at the thumbs. Keep those bandhas engaged, breathing into the heart to lift higher and higher on every inhale. On your exhale, straighten the right leg and fold over that leg, heart toward the knee, head toward the foot. Bring the hands to the floor or to your leg, just folding over as far as you comfortably can. Pyramid pose. Feel a nice stretch on the back of the right leg. Bend your right leg, bring all your weight into your right foot, walk your fingertips forward, float that left foot up. Push the heel back, flex the toes back toward you, both legs strong. If you get the balance, you can pull the hands to the heart. It helps to pick one spot on the floor to stare at for balance. Keep that left hip as low as the right. Use your inhales to lengthen from the heel to the head. If you lose the balance, just come back into it. Sometimes you have to fall down a lot in these balance poses before you get used to them. So just enjoy the journey. On your next exhale, step the left foot back, high lunge. Inhale, right foot back, plank pose. Exhale, lower down, Ashtangasana or Chaturanga, land or hover. Inhale, pull the heart through, cobra or up dog. Tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, start to float the left foot back and up, lifting from the inner edge of the left thigh. Push the heel back, flex the toes back toward you. Right heel is melting toward the floor. Push your heart toward your right thigh. On your exhale, take the left foot forward between the hands. Bump the right foot forward 6 inches, heel to the floor, foot pointed up at an angle. Inhale, bring yourself up to your warrior one. The right foot is firmly planted into the floor. Strong, straight right leg to help push that right hip forward. I'm going to check my alignment, pull my left hip back, push my right hip forward, adjust my stance if necessary, square off those hips, left knee over left ankle, pull the belly button in and up, lift the hands, maybe look up. On your exhale, straighten that left leg, fold over the leg, heart toward the knee, head toward the foot. You can take your hands to your leg or to the floor. Let the body hang here if it feels good. Slowly bring your hands forward, all your weight into your left foot. Float the right foot up, push the right heel back, flex the toes back toward you. Take the hands to the heart if and when you're ready. Breathe. Keep the hips level. Use your inhales to lengthen from the heel all the way to the head. On your exhale, step the right foot back, high lunge. Inhale, left foot back, plank pose. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga or ashtangasana, land or hover. Inhale, pull the heart through, cobra or up dog. Tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few slow, deep breaths here. Kneecaps lifted, bond is engaged. Reaching the sitting bones high, pushing the heart toward the thighs, and letting the heels melt low. Arms spiral outward, thighs spiral inward. On your next exhale, take the knees to the floor, point the toes behind you, bring your butt to your heels, bring it down to child's pose. On your next inhale, bring yourself up to tabletop. Tuck the toes. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. On your next exhale, bend the knees, hips back, look forward. Inhale, step or float the feet to the top of the mat. Flat back, lengthen out. Exhale, fold completely. Inhale, bring yourself all the way up, lift the hands of the heart. Exhale, take the hands to the heart. On your inhale, step either foot to the back of the mat. Bring your feet parallel. Bring your hands to your hips. The distance between your feet is about the length of one of your legs. Make sure the feet are parallel. Push the feet firmly into the floor. Kneecaps lifted, bond is engaged. Inhale, look up, lift the heart. Exhale, fold halfway down and stop. Tilt the sitting bones up. Push your thighs back, pull the heart forward, elbows pointing up, shoulders back. Breathe into the heart to lengthen. Exhale from the belly to help the sitting bones reach a little higher so you can hinge from the hips. You might need to come up straighter to have a flat back, or if you're very flexible, you might be able to come down farther and keep your back flat. Still getting a great stretch on the hamstrings, and we're lengthening the spine at the same time. Looking forward about 2 or 3 feet in front of us on the floor. On your inhale, bring yourself up. Turn your heels in, leave your toes wide, and lunge into your legs so your knees get over your ankles. Take your hands to the inside of the knees, pull the knees back, trying to get the knees directly over the ankles, shoulders back, sink low, lift the heart. Bring the arms up like cactus arms, fingers spread wide, elbows back, shoulders back. Keep pulling the knees back. Utthata Konasana, fiery angle pose. Trying to get the thighs parallel to the mat. On your inhale, bring yourself back up, release the arms. Bring the heels out so the feet are parallel again. Then turn the right toes to the front of the mat. Turn the left heel toward the back of the mat, just a little bit. So only the right knee and the right foot are facing forward. The entire upper body and the hips are still facing to the side. Strong standing legs, push the feet into the floor. Float the hands up. Push the left hip back and reach forward. Reach as far as you can. Now turn to the side, look up, pull the left shoulder back, lean back, so your shoulders and hips and knees are all on the same line. And after you can't reach any further, keep the torso where it is, take the right hand down to the leg, wherever it naturally lands, left hand up, look up at your left thumb. Lean back into that imaginary wall behind you, pull the belly button to the spine. Use your inhales to lengthen out the right side body. Breathe slow, breathe deep. Now wherever that bottom hand is, just float it right in front of or behind the legs, so you have to hold yourself up with your core. Push the feet into the floor, a strong core, and an inhale floats you right up. Turn the right toes in, way in. Turn the left toes out. Hips and upper body still facing to the side. Push the right hip back, reach forward over your left foot with your left hand. Reach as far as you can. Look to the side, look up, pull the right shoulder back, lean back. Take the left hand down to wherever it naturally goes. Right hand up, look up. Turn the belly and chest open toward the sky. Float the bottom hand in front of or behind the leg. Should feel like your body is sandwiched between two planes of glass. So the shoulders stay in line with the hips and knees. Legs firm, knees are unlocked. Push the feet into the floor, a strong core, and an inhale floats you right back up. Turn the left toes in, release the arms. Turn the right toes out, push the left heel back just a little bit, hands to the hips. On your exhale, lunge into the right knee and keep the shoulders directly over the hips. Tuck the tailbone as you lower down. Push the left hip toward the floor. Get that right knee directly over the right ankle. Now that front knee always wants to fall to the inside in this pose, so bring it back over to the right just a little bit. Once you've got that alignment, float the hands up, stretch out fingertips to fingertips, then a soft gaze over your right middle finger completes the pose. Warrior two. Strong lunge in the front leg, strong straight left leg. The tendency in this pose is to lean forward, so make sure that your shoulders stay back over the hips, broad across the chest. The arms and shoulders are relaxed, even though we're engaging them and stretching out hand to hand. On your inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, release the arms. Turn the right toes in, way in. Turn the left toes out. Hands to the hips again. On your exhale, lunge into the left leg. Left knee over the left ankle. Push the right edge of the right foot into the floor. Push the right hip toward the floor. Tuck the tailbone. Float the arms up, using as little effort as possible. So we're not tense, we're still relaxed, broad across the chest. Breathe slow, breathe deep. Maybe pull that left knee over to the left just a little bit. On your inhale, straighten the left leg. Bring the left toes in so the feet are parallel. Bring your hands behind you, interlace the fingers. Push the hands down toward the floor. Inhale, look up, lift the heart. Exhale, belly button to the spine. Heart forward, hands up and over. Take the crown of the head toward the floor and let those hands go further and further on every exhale. Maybe you can squeeze the palms close together. If not, it's okay to leave the palms wide apart. But getting the palms close together will give you a better stretch on your shoulders. Every time you exhale, see if you can let those hands go another millimeter or so further forward and then down. On your next inhale, slowly start to come up. Take your time, take as much time as you need. Nice and slow. Release the hands. Turn the right toes toward the front of the room. Step it forward, Tadasana, mountain pose, hands to the heart. Kneecaps lifted, bond is engaged, feet firmly pressing into the floor. On your inhale, lift the hands, lift the heart. Exhale, swan dive to a standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back, lengthen out. On your exhale, step or float it right back to chaturanga, land with bent elbows. Inhale, pull the heart through, cobra or up dog. Tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the right foot up high, down dog splits. Exhale, right foot forward between the hands. Spin the left heel to the floor. Inhale, bring yourself right up to your warrior two. Then exhale, right elbow to right knee. Left hand up, side angle pose. Push the hips forward and down. Straight left leg, push the left edge of the left foot into the floor. Maybe bring the left hand forward, straight line, from the left foot to the left hand. Now if you can get your right thigh pretty close to parallel to the floor, and your body is asking for more, you might want to take the right hand gently to the floor. Look up under the left arm toward the ceiling. Strong line of energy from the left hand to the left foot. You have the option of taking your left hand to your left hip, looking to 1 o'clock of the right foot. Place the right hand there, float the left foot forward and up. Stack those hips, left hip on top of right. Push the left heel back, flex the toes back toward you. Bring the left arm up. Maybe look up at the left thumb. Half moon pose. If you're struggling with this pose, it's fine. It's a difficult pose to get used to, but just enjoy the challenge. Wherever you are, an inhale takes you right back to your warrior two. Exhale, windmill the hands down to a high lunge. Inhale, right foot back, plank pose. Exhale through your vinyasa, lowering down. Inhale, pull the heart through. Shoulders back, tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. And inhale sends the left foot up, down dog splits. Exhale, left foot forward between the hands, spin the right heel to the floor. Inhale, up, warrior two. Exhale, elbow to knee, side angle, right hand up, look up at the right hand. Push the hips forward and down, push the right edge of the right foot into the floor, deep lunge in the front leg. Maybe reach the right hand forward, straight line from the right foot to the right hand. You also have the option of taking the left hand to the floor if it feels right. Don't force it down there. You can stay here, or take a rest, or bring your right hand to your right hip. Left hand to 11 o'clock of the left foot as the right foot floats up. Pull that right hip back on top of the left. Stack the hips as best you can. Bring the right hand up. Option to look up. Open up the heart and belly toward the ceiling. Push that right heel back. Flex the toes back toward you. Both legs are strong and active. On your inhale, take it right back to your warrior two. Then exhale, take it down to your high lunge. Inhale, left foot back, plank pose. Exhale directly to down dog or move through your vinyasa, your choice. Take a few slow, deep breaths here in down dog, finding some relaxation, even as you put effort into the pose. If you have a hard time controlling your breath here, just take a child's pose for a few breaths. Exhale, hips back, look forward, bend the knees. Inhale, step or float, flat back position at the top of the mat, lengthen out. Exhale, fold completely. Inhale, bring it up to standing, lift the hands, lift the heart. Exhale, take the hands to the heart center. Bend the knees. Inhale, chair pose. Feet and knees together. Heart reaches high, tailbone reaches low. You can look forward or look up at your hands, and you can bring the hands together. That helps you lift the heart higher. One more inhale, heart higher. Sink a little lower. All of your weight is in your heels. On your exhale, straighten the legs and fold. Inhale, flat back, lengthen out. Exhale, chaturanga, stepping or floating, landing with bent elbows if you're floating. Inhale, pull the heart through, cobra or up dog. Tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up high. Exhale, right foot forward between the hands. Pull the left foot forward about 6 inches, heel to the floor. Inhale, bring yourself up to your warrior one. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Bring the hands behind the back. Reverse prayer. You just have to get the fingertips to touch, pointing up. From there, maybe you can work the hands together, bringing the hands a little higher up between the shoulder blades. Hips are squared off, strong straight legs. Inhale, look up, lift the heart. Exhale, forward to a flat back version of pyramid pose. So don't let the spine round here. Pull the right hip back, pull the heart forward. Look slightly forward of the right toes. Feel a nice stretch on the back of the right leg. Push the palms together, elbows up. On your exhale, twist to the right, left hand down, bring the right hand up, look up at your right thumb. Revolved triangle. Legs are straight or close to straight. If you need a slight bend in the front knee, that's fine. Twist open, try to get the right shoulder on top of the left. On your exhale, bring the right hand down. Inhale, step both feet to the back of the mat, plank pose. Exhale to down dog or through your vinyasa, your choice. Inhale, take the left leg up as high as you can, down dog splits. Exhale, left foot forward between the hands, pull the right foot forward 6 inches, heel to the floor. Inhale, bring yourself up, warrior one. Exhale, straighten the left leg, hands behind the back, reverse prayer. Inhale, look up, lift the heart. Exhale, come halfway down. Pull the left hip back as you pull the heart forward. Hands are pushing toward each other, elbows up. Breathe into your heart. On your exhale, take your right hand down, left hand up, twisting open, looking up at the left thumb. You can keep a little bend in that left leg if you need to. Try to stack the shoulders, maybe a little twisting a little deeper on your exhales. On your next exhale, let the left hand come back down. Inhale, both feet to the back of the mat, plank pose. Exhale to down dog or move through your vinyasa. Take a few breaths in down dog or take a child's pose, whatever your body is asking for. Use the inhales to get the sitting bones higher, exhales to get the heels lower, heart closer to the thighs. Exhale, hips back, knees bent. Inhale, step or float. Flat back position at the top of the mat. Lengthen out. Exhale, fold completely. Inhale, bend the knees. Chair pose again. Keep your weight in your heels. Lift the heart high. Sink the tailbone low. Fingertips shooting up toward the ceiling. On your exhale, straighten the legs. Bring the hands to the heart. Inhale, lift the hands, lift the heart. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, take it all the way back and down right to the floor. Rest a cheek on the floor, arms next to the body. Just take a moment to let go. We're almost done. Bring the chin to the floor. Bring your arms out to the side, big T, palms down. On your exhale, slowly roll over onto the right hip and onto the right shoulder. Rest the right side of the head on the floor and rest the left leg behind the right. If you need more of a stretch on that right shoulder, just take the left hand behind the back. Go as far as you need to feel a good stretch. Don't overdo it. This pose is great for helping get the shoulders back and open up the heart. Slowly bring yourself back to center. Exhale over to the left. Maybe bring the right hand behind the back if you need more. On your inhale, bring yourself back to center. Hands next to the body. On your inhale, lift the chin and chest. Float the hands and feet. Locust pose. Point the toes. Use your inhales to fly higher. Once you get up as high as you can go, see if you can get even higher. It helps to smile. Maybe think light thoughts here. On your next exhale, come on down, place the hands next to the chest, push it back to a child's pose. On your inhale, bring yourself forward to tabletop pose. Bring the right foot forward to the right of your right hand. Draw that left leg back just a little bit. Tuck the back toes. If you feel a good enough stretch, you can stay right here. If you want more, walk the hands forward, bringing the heart forward. Maybe bring the elbows to the floor. If you want a more active pose, just power that back knee up. Enjoy a nice stretch on that inner right thigh. Send your breath and awareness to the muscles that are getting stretched out. Walk your hands back up toward you. Switch sides, right foot back, left foot forward. Draw the right leg back a bit, tuck the toes. You can stay here or walk your hands forward. Come down to the elbows if it feels good. And enjoy the stretch. You can keep the back knee down or lift it up for a more active pose, your choice. Maybe just let the head hang here, letting yourself relax into this pose. Walk the hands back up toward the body. Take the left foot back. Take the right knee forward, behind, and just to the right of your right hand. So the right knee is all the way over at the right edge of the mat. The right foot will start to approach the left hand. It doesn't have to go very far. For more intensity, we bring the foot further forward. For less intensity, we'll keep the right foot back by the body. Your front calf should be at a diagonal. Draw that left leg back. Sink the hips nice and low. Tuck the back toes. Keep the hips in the middle of the mat. Don't rock to one side or the other. Bring your fingertips toward you. Lift yourself up nice and high. Now push your front toes into the floor. Squeeze your legs toward each other. Lift yourself up. Option to bring the hands to the hips if it feels good. Elbows back, shoulders back. Lift the heart. Maybe start to look up slightly. Slowly bring yourself forward, coming to a more relaxing version of pigeon pose. You can bring yourself down to the elbows if it feels good, but if there's any pain on that front knee, just lift yourself back up. You can bring your hands together and bring your forehead to the hands if that feels good, or you can bring your hands all the way out in front, forehead to the floor. Just relaxing into this pigeon pose. Walk the hands back up toward the body. The right hand stays down. Bend the left leg. Reach back for the left foot with the left hand. Pull the left foot toward the left shoulder, getting a nice stretch on that left quadricep. Now, if you can't reach the foot, you could grab your pants, or you can put a belt or a strap around your ankle. Maybe you can get the foot in the crook of the elbow. Slowly let the left foot come back down. Tuck those left toes, plant the hands, take a downward facing dog to switch sides. This will be the last down dog of our practice. On your exhale, bring the left knee forward, behind, and just to the left of your left hand. Right knee comes down. The left foot starts to approach the right hand, but don't bring it so far forward that it causes tension in the front knee. Draw the right foot back. Sink low in the hips. Keep the hips in the middle of the mat. Tuck the back toes. Push the front toes into the floor. Squeeze the legs close together. Walk yourself up. Maybe bring the hands to the hips. If this causes tension in the low back, just keep the hands on the floor. Shoulders back. Lift the heart. Maybe start to look up. Start to bring yourself forward and down, coming to a more relaxing version of pigeon pose. Probably whatever you did on the right side will work on the left side. But sometimes you could have one hip that is stiffer than the other. So on my left side, sometimes I don't come down as far. So just be mindful of that front knee. If there's any tension in the front knee, just bring yourself up a little bit. But if it feels good, you can come down all the way. Walk the hands back up toward the body. Place the left hand down, bend the right knee, reach back for the right foot with the right hand. Take the foot in toward the shoulder, feeling a nice stretch on that right quadricep. Maybe you can take the foot into the crook of the elbow. And again, if you can't reach the foot, just use a strap or grab your pants instead of the foot, or use a belt. Enjoy that nice stretch on the right quadricep for another breath or two. On your exhale, let that right foot come back down to the mat. Bring the left hip to the mat, then bring both feet out in front of you, staff pose. Flex the toes back toward you, push the knees into the floor, hands next to the hips. Lift the heart up high, shoulders back. Bring the hands out in front of you. Come back to about a 45-degree angle. Shoulders back, keep the heart lifted. You can stay right here, using your core to hold yourself up. If you want more, take the knees up and float the feet. See how slowly and deeply you can breathe here. Keep the muscles in the face relaxed. See if you can breathe as slow and as deep as you did at the beginning of this video. On your next exhale, slowly come all the way down. Stretch out fingertips to toe tips. Draw the heels into the glutes. Feet flat on the floor. Ankles directly under the knees. About 6 inches between the knees, 6 inches between the feet. Push the feet into the floor to lift the hips. Interlace your fingers underneath. Tuck the shoulders under the back. Push the feet into the floor more, lifting up higher. Tuck your chin into your chest. Lift your heart toward your face. Look at your heart center. Every time you inhale, the heart is getting closer to your face. And every time you exhale, push the feet into the floor to lift up higher. Keep the knees close together. Don't let them spread apart. Bridge pose. On your exhale, slowly lower down, release the hands. Draw the knees into the chest, spread the knees wide, reach up to the inside edges of the feet, ankles over the knees, feet and knees spreading wide. Pull your feet and knees straight down toward the floor. Try to keep the entire spine on the floor. Slowly release, stretch out fingertips to toe tips. Keep your toes pointed. Bring your arms down by your body, palms down. Lift your butt up, place your hands under your butt, thumbs touching, then place your butt back down on your hands. Tuck the elbows underneath your back. Push the hands and elbows into the floor to lift the heart, dragging your head forward, and then end up looking behind you. The head is just touching the floor. I'm not pushing much weight into my head. Inhale into the heart, lifting the heart. Keep pushing the hands and elbows into the floor. this hurts the neck, just come out of it. Fish pose. Slowly release. Stretch out fingertips to toe tips one last time. Bring the right foot to the right corner of the mat, left foot to the left corner. Bring the arms down by the body, palms turned up, hands about 2 feet from the hips. Tuck the shoulders under the back and tuck the chin slightly. Once you find a comfortable spot, just let go of everything. Close the eyes. Let go of your breath control. Let the breath move in and out of the nose naturally and effortlessly. Scan your body head to toe. Make sure there's nothing that you're hanging on to that you could let go of. And then just watch the breath happen. Inhale, exhale. Watching that happen over and over again as if there's nothing else happening. As soon as your mind wanders to something other than the breath, just observe whatever it is, then bring your awareness back to those effortless inhales and exhales. To get the most benefit from your practice, stay here for at least 5 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this practice. I hope it makes you feel more present, more content, and more connected to everything and everyone around you. From my light to yours. Namaste.